Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video has turned out to be a little bit different than what I planned. I was going to do a walk around of the bike, but I wanted to test a new setup for my helmet and the audio, and unfortunately it didn't work, so I'm doing a voiceover. Yeah, though, just to let you know, bike's done 2000 Ks now, or 2300, and it's running really well. The only hiccup is sometimes it won't turn on, and I'm currently taking my bike into the good people at Twisted Moto to have the ignition replaced. It's all replaced under warranty, and I get a new ignition, new petrol cap, and a new lock for the seat. So yeah, it's just dropping the bike off today. It'll get fixed Thursday, pick it up Thursday afternoon, assuming I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I haven't been too well recently, so yeah, the videos are a little bit slow coming out, but it is what it is. So a couple of weeks ago we went for a ride to Port Campbell down the Great Ocean Road, starting in Geelong. It's about 150k ride, and when you factor in stops and all the 60 zones and stuff like that, it took us about 4 hours to get there, and I was greatly relieved and surprised that the Himalayan stock seats on the Euro 5 model is amazing. Sure, when I got there I had a bit of a numb bum, but it is so comfy. I can ride for hours and hours on this thing without too many issues, unlike the Interceptor I had, where it got to the point where I'm not sure if it was the bike seat breaking in. We had the touring seat on, and I couldn't ride any more than half an hour, and then I really had to get off. But you know, I had prostate surgery, so that might have factored into it. I did that about 12 months ago now, so yeah, just one of those things. But we ended up selling that bike. We were going to put a sidecar on it, but we ended up buying a complete outfit with the Yamaha V-Star 650. You'll see in my other videos, you know, bunny riding around in it. It is good fun. So even I like going for a ride in the sidecar. So I ended up with Himalayan. I want to go motorcycle camping. I've got some videos planned to show the gear as I get it, tents and things. Like, one thing I will say, I bought a Explore Planet Earth Barton 3 tent and the Cedar Summit Camp Mat SI, and both of those fit in one pannier, which I was greatly surprised. It was something that I hadn't planned. It was just worked out that way, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, I'll have some videos coming up on the camping gear I'm getting and why I'm getting it and why I'm choosing that. So yeah, ignition. And one of the things I found, there was 3 of us in a little group going down the Great Ocean Road. I was easily able to keep up with the other bikes without too much trouble at all. And on the twisties, I find this thing an absolute joy to ride. It's not super powerful, and because of that I'm not that worried about it. You know, if I accidentally give it a fistful in the corner, it's not going to let go. I can enjoy the scenery a little bit more. It's a much more relaxing ride. I'm feeling much better when I get to where I'm going. So yeah, at the moment this bike is ticking all the boxes. And one of the things with this bike, it's like riding, or it's like driving in an old Hilux or a Land Rover Defender. It's not, everyone knows it's not real fast, but it will go up up and down just about any road you care to point it at. So, and that's going to be fine. I don't want to single track. In fact, here in Victoria, unless you're on private land, you're not allowed off the roads, essentially, unless there's a sign up saying that you can. And I don't know of anywhere that there is that, but yeah, if you get caught single tracking by the rangers, they'll throw the book at you. So, well, they won't throw the book at you, they'll fine you. But in New Zealand, if you get caught in the wrong spot with your bike, the Department of Conservation or the dock officers, rangers, can actually confiscate the bike, everything involved in the crime, including the trailer, the car. So yeah, just don't do it unless you're on private land. Then go nuts. But of course get permission first, because you know, don't upset the farmers. What I've done to it, I've added the tool roll, I've got the headlight guard, I've raised the gear lever a tad, so it makes it easier to change gears when I'm standing up off-road, or on jingle roads I should say, and I put an LED headlight in it, which helps a lot. I'll put the model of the headlight in the description, and it's a self-contained headlight. It's about the same size as a regular globe. It has no driver boards or fans or anything like that, so it works really well, and I can see much better at night. And things I want to do with it in the future, I want to put a 3-point engine guard on it, which I think I've mentioned in my other videos, and when it comes time for the tyres, I want to put on the Mitas E07 Dakar Adventure tyres. So yeah, that's the plan, but I'll let you know down the track. The tyres, the stock Seat tyres I'm finding are pretty good, especially in the wet. They got much better grip than the stock Phantoms, Pirelli Phantoms that came on my son's GT. I don't like those tyres, and neither does Ben. In fact, he won't ride his bike in the wet because it gets that squirrely on those tyres. But he was fine riding the old Interceptor that had the Seat tyres on them, which were also fine in the wet. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get my bike back tomorrow. Brent, the mechanic at Twisted Moto, is a really capable guy, answers all your questions, he dumbs things down when they need to be dumbed down. So yeah, he's a good guy and a great mechanic, one of the best in town, I reckon. So yeah, don't hesitate to drop your bikes into Twisted Moto. They'll service anything pretty much. So I think the only thing they can't do is roadworthies, but I believe they're working on getting the necessary certification for that. So yeah, but still, yeah, well worth taking your bike there. Yeah, riding in here, there was a few ambulances going out, so hopefully there's not, there wasn't too much. I haven't heard. This is now the day after. I haven't heard anything major on the news, so hopefully it's just separate incidents and not a big one. So, like as you can see, the bike handles travelling through town just fine. I'm just following my wife in the yellow V8 Falcon up there. That's my son's car, which it's up for sale. He's just bought a Hilux to go camping and four-wheel driving and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. We're picking it up this weekend. So we're just coming into some slower moving traffic. The bike handled this again. About this point my thighs up ahead when we stop and not idling. The thighs are getting a bit warm, but it's an Enfield bike, so that is to be expected. I think the gauge was showing 31 degrees, but the temperature gauge on these things isn't terribly accurate, so just one of those things. Yeah, this is the usual traffic down the Trove Terrace. At this time of day, in both directions, people leaving or heading home from work, picked up the kids from school, whatever. Yeah, there's a few trucks around. You have to watch coming up the street because people tend to change lanes without signalling. You can quite easily get run off the road or hit, so you just got to be careful with stretch of road. A lot of people want to turn left and head into Geelong. Up here you'd be kind of sticking in the right lane unless you want to turn left yourself, but I'm going to do a U-E up here, so I'm pulling in here. The lights to turn, the arrow to turn right is cycles about you only get about 10 seconds to move, and you can go through a couple of light cycles here before you get to turn right or do a U-turn. And yep, about 10 seconds worth, and we have to wait before we can go. Lights are synchronised along Melbourne Road to a point, but the synchronisation seems to meet about here, and you always miss the lights either here or the next stop or two up. It's just the way it is. Yeah, watch here, there's these guys misjudged the lights and kind of got caught in the middle of this intersection. But look at that, the dump truck there. He is being an absolute knob, honking his horn, being an absolute prick. So yeah, don't know why. Why ruin everybody's day? Why get hit under the collar? It's just stupid. So yeah, so thanks for tagging along. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification button, And yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to pick up my bike and it'll all be fixed.